are the Franklin Mills. I will never call it by that name, the name that will not be spoken. Let's go into the mall. And this is the Franklin Mills, February 2020. What this video is, I'm going to remember the Franklin Mills as it was. See in there, this used to be a Chinese restaurant, and they sold trinkets and they had food, but now it's nothing. It's just closed recently, I think. There's a YouTuber I watch, his name's Philly Josh. He has footage of that in the inside that store. So if you want to see inside that store, I recommend you check out Philly Josh. The strollers, let's see how much a stroller costs to rent. $6, and if you return it, you get a 50-cent refund. And this is Dave & Buster's. This used to be called Julian's. I don't remember what else was here. If you guys can remember, if you know what store used to be here and I go, I don't know, in the comments below, just say, hey, this used to be and blank. So this used to be, in the back, used to be Farmwear, and there used to be a men's clothing store. I don't remember the name of it. Around this area here, there was a like an army recruitment center. They lured the kids in with video games, and that was right around here. There was also a skate park back here, and this whole corner of the mall is now blocked off by this wall. The H&R Block, that's always here. There's the Sam Ash. So it's about 1 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon, and this is the crowd. The outsides of these stores are a lot different than when it was the Franklin Mills. The Franklin Mills, pretty much all the stores had one generic look from what I remember. But Victoria's Secrets has their own branding. Bath and Body Works have their own branding. And the generic look now is like this modern white, just kind of like an Apple store, I would say. This used to be a food court. Can you call it a food court if it only has one restaurant? There used to be an Arby's around here, and there is just one. This whole thing was a food court. See, Bath and Body Works. In the 90s, there were kiosks all throughout the mall, and now it's mostly just vending machines. In the late 90s, my favorite store in this mall was JCPenney's, and JCPenney's is gone. Maybe see JCPenney's somewhat through there. Oh, I hope you can see that. That's JCPenney's, but now they replaced it with 3 soda machines. Oh, 3-0. Whenever I was a kid here and we would hang out, this mall opened in 1989. So like in 93, 94, me and my friends would hang out here. If we ever saw the security guards, we would call them 3-0. Not quite 5-0, but 3-0. Keep a lookout. And I just saw 3-0 riding around in the Paul Blart Mobile. I think this store's closing. Yeah, this store's definitely closing. Forever 21 is not going to be here forever. Okay, here's 3-0. I gotta stay away. And that's our first kiosk. It's a small jewelry store. Here's a photo booth. Which is $5. Wow. Yeah. I think it would say Franklin Mills, and it had like a kite with a lightning bolt. And I think the entire thing was blue. I'm colorblind, so I could be wrong. Yeah, you can see up there's chips of where they painted it whatever color it is. There's blue. There's also moss growing in there. Huh. There it is. Entrance number 2. Doesn't have automatic doors. There used to be a section of the mall where there was 2 or 3 steps, and there were TVs, like big TVs, and they would play music videos. I think that was at the other section where, not Skechers, where I forget what's there, but now they just dangle some lights. There was a place I worked at for one day. It was the I used to call them the slut photos, where your wife would go and, you know, put on some lingerie and you take some pictures. So I worked there for a day, trying to get people, like middle-aged women, to take sexy pictures for their husband. The mall opened in 1989. I remember the news saying that the mall was like the longest mall in America, and it was shaped like a lightning bolt. And they used to have mascots. They had mice. One of the mices. Oh boy. Oh, I hate English. They had mascots, and one of them was a mouse named Amos. It's perfume. There's always been a perfume store here. Always been a perfume. I don't know how. And that's another thing. I never see anybody buy anything there, and I don't know how they stay open. Oh, this used to be a Swatch store. Remember Swatch watches? There was a Swatch watch store here. That's a tough thing to say. This is Burlington Coat Factory. This is the only store in the entire mall that has 2 levels. And they don't even take advantage of the second floor anymore. They used to go up these steps, and up there was all the baby clothes and toddler stuff and the toy section, and now it's all down here on one floor. When the mall opened up in 1989, it had batting cages. The Gravitron was in here. It was like a mini indoor amusement park. It had batting cages, bowling alleys, and I don't remember how long that was here, but I remember riding the Gravitron on my very first visit to the Franklin Mills Mall. The giant Ben Franklin head used to be somewhere up here. They got rid of that. They should have kept that. I wonder where that big Ben Franklin head is now. At every hour on the hour, Ben Franklin had it was a giant head, and his shirt collar would drop down, and it would play this song, do 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 do, and mice would spin around its collar, and maybe it used to hang from there. And then Big Ben would talk. He would say, "It is now 2 o'clock," and then he would say, "House guests are like fish. They both begin to stink after 3 days." And then he would shut up for an hour. The Cell Dock used to be American Tourister. Spencer's used to be Babbage's, which became EB Games, which became GameStop. Used to be a TGI Fridays. What was it? Bennigan's TGI Friday. What was next to Spencer's? There used to be right about here was mall information. It would be like a little old lady who would sit in here and answer mall questions, like which way is this store, which way is that store. And I worked at Cell Dock, which is that store there, and I would prank call her all the time. She caught me one time, and I think she called the cops on me. Cinnabon used to be the fudgery, and I worked at the fudgery for about a month. You would make fudge, sing songs, same shape, same layout. The kitchen's back there, the sink's back there. Wilson's Leather, always been here. $6. American Eagle store at one time was a pet store. There was a pet store in this mall, and I think this is where it was. This is where Bed Bath & Beyond was. This place has been here forever. To be, you buy baptism dresses, Easter dresses. If you made that in my size, I would buy it. I would wear it. I would wear it every day. You can see where the kiosks used to be. Right here. And right here. And the kiosks that were here were always like toys. And there will also be people standing in that section where the black and white flooring is. There would be people like blowing up balloons. I think they still do that on weekends. Marshalls. They said Marshalls and Burlington Coat Factory are the only anchor stores left when it originally opened. Like a Bobo GameStop in this area. It wasn't GameStop. It was it wasn't a GameStop. It was another video game store somewhere around here. You see how it has yellow there? Each mall entrance had its own color. So this is the yellow entrance. And again, there used to be like a red kite right there. Used to be an arcade there. The Citizens Bank isn't a bank. Like there's no tellers, but you would do your deposits to the mall. So if you bank with Citizens Bank, you would come here at the end of the night and do your bank deposit. It is Payless Shoes. I made a video in here. Oh, Payless Shoes. There's the Models. Music is blaring right here. This was the As Seen on TV store. They had like all the As Seen on TV stuff. You would just come here and buy it. Maybe it was Suncoast Video at that time too. Remember Suncoast Video? Suncoast Video was a store that just sold VCR tapes. And there it is, GameStop. I worked for GameStop. I gotta say, I can't wait for the day GameStop shuts down. Buddy Ryan, Chuck McNarick. Here we are, the food court. Now this place here, I think used to be like a 50s diner. Now it's a Mediterranean cafe. And there's Sbarro's. They've been here. I think every mall has to have a Sbarro's. And I don't... Worst pizza. What is it?
Chicken banging. You got camera now?
Yeah,
that chicken banging, yo.
The chicken is banging. I've used this guy before. He's the best chicken giving out guy in the history of the world. Because the chicken is banging, yo. Little Tokyo. I'm not hungry, but thank you. You're the best. See you later. He's the best guy in the world. Long John Silver's or an Arthur Treacher's, one of those fish places. McDonald's used to be here. Well, the chicken was banging, yo. There used to be a Chinese place here that had bourbon chicken. And there used to be a lot of TVs hanging from here playing the music videos. They used to play a Seinfeld clip of Jerry Seinfeld's mother yelling at him, or George Costanza's mother. Somebody's mom was yelling at Jerry or George for making out during Schindler's List. They played that bit for a year. It was awesome. Oh, you can't buy a hamburger in this mall. No, you cannot buy a hamburger in this mall. Old Navy. Old Navy used to be cheap. And they never have enough cashiers. This place here has chairs from Veterans Stadium that have Christmas gifts still in them. And they got bumper cars here, but they're not open. And there it is, the movie theater. Over here used to be the Rainforest Cafe. The movie theater used to be, there's a church there now. I'll do a quick lap. Yeah, there used to be, I don't know what used to be. But the movie theater used to be outside the mall. So that there is the old movie theater. The mall is back there. So you would have to walk all the way over here to go to the mall. And I don't even think this is Philadelphia. I think this is Ben Salem. And now it's a church. I saw Mallrats there. There's movie 7 there. Movie posters have gone. They definitely stepped up their game. There's Jim Carrey. What was the movie theater before it became the movie theater? Do you any idea? Help me out. the kind of job I want. I need to get a job, but I need a job with no stress. But you know what? That's too stressful because I'm saving. I got to hook up a kid to bungee cords. I don't want a kid to die. Buddy used to have a wrestling T-shirt kiosk right where those benches are, and there was a shoplifter. So a shoplifter came running out of the store, and I caught him. I caught the shoplifter, and I held him to the ground, and he got arrested. And I was able to pick up any CD I wanted, and I got Third Eye Blind, and something. I got Third Eye Blind on CD. And looking back on that now, I could have gotten shot, and that was really stupid. But this here, I check from any place I worked at, and you would get your checks cashed there. And they would take, I think they took like 2%. So if you had like $100 paycheck, they took $2. And that's where I got my fake ID, and I still have it to this day. Is February, and they still have the Christmas gifts on display here at Olympia Sports. And the last store of the mall, my least favorite store in the mall, is Walmart. Used to be Ports of the World, then it became Mascots, then it became Steve & Barry's, which was this place that sold $7 hoodies. Exit 5. All right, and that's it. So that's it. That's our visit to the Franklin Mills Mall. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, and I'll sail with you later. Toodles!